I'm here with the Excellency, the chairman of Edge, and I've got some very specific questions that I would absolutely love to ask you about these incredible products here at the Edge, at the Dubai Air Show here today. So, this aircraft behind us, you developed that in only 1 year. How did Edge go from the Reach S to the Reach M in such a short amount of time?
I think Edge as an organization has only been in existence since 4 years. So we're still a pretty young organization. And I think it all stems from one point. When we announced Edge, we said we are an advanced, we don't see ourselves as a defense contractor. We are an advanced technology company that happens to be in the defense sector, which means the DNA is about agility, speed, being very proactive and very pragmatic in how we really build our products. What we can get off the shelf, let's get off the shelf. What we need to customize, let's customize. And I think that is what's driving how fast we're really building our products and how agile we're building our products.
So with 11 new disruptive solutions coming to the market from Edge this year,
Yes.
how are you balancing innovation and then also cybersecurity, especially considering many of these are autonomous?
Yes. So we have a number of parallel streams running. So there are, like when we announced Reach S, 12 months, 18 months ago, it was a plastic mock-up sitting on a shop floor, and people said, everyone can create a mock-up. Today, that plane is already dropping weapons, doing full flight tests, and actually going to deliver to client next year. We already have 100 plane order announced yesterday from the client. It's a significant order. In parallel, what we see ourselves is being a tech company. It's not only about the hardware. It's really about the software that's really inside. Whether it's the autonomous platform, whether it's the swarm capabilities, all our loitering ammunition are not good just because we have a loitering ammunition with a certain warhead. They have swarm capabilities, they have cross-communication capabilities, they have a lot of AI in them in this regard. That's where we're spending our time, is on how do we add intelligence, how do we add cyber security on these products. So there are different teams that are worried about these products shouldn't get hacked because they're autonomous. At the same time, how are they intelligent? They're not just a flying body with a weapon, but how can they really coordinate much more sophisticated missions, much more sophisticated programs that can really help the user execute much more accurately and at speed. And by allowing agile teams to each focus on their part, that's really allowing us to come to market much faster and come to market in a much more robust way. You see it in our loitering ammunition, you see it in our drones in that regard. And today in the drones, loitering ammunition, we're definitely there in the top 3 largest players in loitering ammunition globally in size. In the UAV, I think we are showing that we are a force to be reckoned with in that space.
Absolutely. There's some different products here. And you actually answered my third question in that answer as well. So what I would love to know as well, if you see perhaps down the future, any of these new innovative technologies that Edge is making finding their way to more commercial applications.
I think the question you asked ties to the first one, which is we are an advanced tech company that happens to be in the defense. So also a lot of the technologies we are developing in swarm capabilities, in multi-platform coordination, air, land, and sea in a coordinated manner, we're also taking these technologies and applying them in other civil areas through other organizations in the ecosystem in that regard. Maybe in the agriculture industry, where you need the drone to coordinate with the planting seed and that's the agility we have, which a normal defense contractor is unable to do, because they see the restrictive technologies, you can't really move it to civil area, where we are saying, let's be very practical, let's use this technology across. And frankly, what we're also doing is, if you see in the last 12 months, in the first 3 years of Edge, we were building everything ourselves and building our muscles and capabilities and our internal know-how. In the last 12 months, we've done 12 acquisitions. In these 12 acquisitions, they're all small to medium companies. And the focus that we're having is we're saying, we have a roadmap. If there is a nice, innovative, small to medium company that can accelerate our roadmap, can complement our roadmap, let's go. And we bought from Estonia to Poland to Switzerland to Brazil. And every company we are buying, we're adding tech, we're giving market reach, we are acting as an anchor client. I mean, the Brazilian company we bought month ago. Yesterday they announced, day before yesterday they announced a large deal with the Brazilian Navy. Today or yesterday our Navy announced a very large deal. In the next 60 to 90 days, another Navy will announce. Overnight, it is already a global product. The same will happen for Anavia. The same will happen for Flaris. Soon for Mirrem, the Estonian company, will get one of their largest orders the next 60 days. And hence our message to small, innovative tech companies, whether you're a guy that do engines, and this is a local company here that fitted with engines, that customized engines and all of these things, within 3 months, we made them build this engine with a lot of work. So we're telling small, innovative companies, if you want to grow, you want an anchor strategic investor, come talk to us. Doesn't matter from where you are around the world. You can maintain your hub in the country you're in. We'll create another hub here, and we'll just accelerate together the growth.
I have two more questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, do you see any other sort of technology breakthroughs or something that you're aiming towards that will be the future of this industry?
I think a critical part of the future of this industry is, one, more and more advanced swarm and intelligence capabilities on these platforms. I mean, on one end of the spectrum are dumb weapons. The other end is somewhere in the middle are smart sensors, and when people say, look, I have more advanced sensors, not just a drop bomb that you're having and who knows where it falls. You know, they have now GPS or seekers or cameras, that's fine. But now it's really about much more sophisticated platforms. Whether it's a drone, whether it's a loitering ammunition, whether it's a weapon of a missile or whatever it may be, they need to become much more intelligent so they can become precise. They can reduce collateral damage in that regard. They can deal with the situation on the fly and deal with different scenarios. So we're investing a lot on swarm platforms. We're investing a lot on intelligence platforms. And we're making them universal blocks. So I can put them on platform A, but very easily move them to platform B, C, and D. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you've got 125 products under your roof, but is there anyone that's closest to your home?
I think the closest to my heart is when today, if you look at the current wars in the last 12 months or 36 months that are happening, one thing that is very obvious that's been happening for a while is the non-traditional weapons. Meaning in the past, if there are wars between certain countries of a certain size, you'll have large ballistic missiles and you'll have large planes. Now there are small UAVs doing a lot of damage. Now there are hobbyist UAVs that are just dropping grenade bombs. Suddenly, if you just say, I have a sophisticated air defense, and now it cannot deal in multiple wars in that regard with very basic products, where these air defenses were not really built for them. This is a very different war than wars that happened 10 years ago. What you see in the last 5 years in many territories in that regard, people are using much more rudimentary products to cause a lot of damage. They might not be very accurate products, but they still cause damage. And what we are proud of is we are coming up with very practical solutions that can deal with these scenarios. If you're dealing with a heavy swarm of drones that are cheap, yes, you might have a missile that costs you $500,000 that you try to shoot it. How many missiles can you keep shooting at a drone that costs $5,000? Not a lot. So you need a very different set of defenses to deal with that kind of a threat. That's, I think, where we are much more agile than maybe many of the dinosaur large conglomerates in that regard.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank